February 3rd, 2023. A Norfolk Southern train carrying toxic chemicals derailed in a small Ohio village just west of the Pennsylvania border. And 1 year later, East Palestine residents are still feeling its effects.
I argue that we're worse off now than we were back on February 3rd because now we've lost all hope.
Residents within a mile radius of the derailment were evacuated, and rescue personnel tried a controlled burn of the 5 tanker cars carrying vinyl chloride in order to contain the toxic spill. But when residents returned, Wallace says the real problem was only just beginning.
I was immediately overwhelmed with chemical smell. My lungs started burning, eyes, throat, look over, and I see chemicals freely flowing down the creek right next to my house.
For the past year, Norfolk Southern and the EPA have been cleaning up the site, removing over 170,000 tons of contaminated soil and monitoring the water and air. The railroad also set up a family assistance center, which had nearly 12,000 visits from the community. Yet some residents still say they haven't done enough.
I never in a million years thought that the EPA would leave us here to die. So it's been a rough year.
And now one resident is turning his frustration into a political campaign.
Because everybody in power was doing a bunch of nothing.
Chai made a name for himself in the community when he started doing his own testing of local creeks and streams.
Oh my God.
He also says he's one of the only people in town who tested residents for chemical exposure.
The ratio of people that came up positive with benzene and vinyl chloride metabolites in their body was shocking.
President Biden announced that he'll make a stop here in East Palestine to speak to residents, but some of those residents tell me a year later is just too late.
People say we were forgotten. We were not forgotten. He knew we were here. We were abandoned.
If elected, Chai said he would sign the Railway Safety Act and introduce new legislation.
When something like this happens, the government's going to buy those homes, and they're going to go after the company that caused it to be repaid.
Both Chai and Wallace saying the people around them is why they keep advocating.
So if you go to my endorsement page, they're just filled with townspeople and people that I grew up with. Those are more important to me than any celebrity could ever give.
I would fight to the death for my child, but that doesn't just mean a bear. You know, I would fight the government till the death for my child's health.
For TV2 News, I'm Alexandria Manthey.